little hollow tap air bubbles. I can feel the vibration, and that's too hollow. So kind of spreading out my stance. I'll have my poles out too, and hopefully won't go in the water. Something's been kind of leaping through here. First I thought maybe it was moose, but I don't think so. Okay, so already pretty frosted up. Like I said, I don't know, I think it got down to close to negative 20 last night. But it's negative 14 when I started. And we're at Mudro Lake right now. And we're gonna go into Four Town Lake, kind of up there, which is a campsite at that point. To the right is a different route. Hopefully I'll loop back. Can't keep my fingers out too long, it's cold. So, pulling my sled through there, I didn't want it to tip, so I had to go kind of slow. And I kind of used the snowshoe to make an edge on that hillside back there so it wouldn't flip. It's just such a pain to, if you flip it, to try to get everything back in again. And the water's done, so we're going to try to get on this thin ice. Back there I tried my own route, but it seems like the animals are smarter than me. They always seem to find the best way through, so they're sticking to animal tracks. Looks like they stay to the right, at least the new ones. There might be some old ones over there. I'll give it a try. Try to stay dry. Oh, that wasn't so bad. I mean, it's really not that deep, but I just don't want to get wet. Then all the ice sticks to you because everything's so slow. The animal tracks are on this side. I was thinking to go on that side, but I'm glad I'm not. But stick to the animal tracks. Oh, that's gonna suck. But very pretty. A little dangerous. I was hoping to walk through, but now my sled gone wonky. Think I can do it while I film. Stay up here, buddy. Yay. Not so bad. All right, new challenges. Okay, gotta crawl under this. Oh. Oh. Pull through. Hiking would have been so much easier. I think I'm gonna have to crawl through, and hopefully I don't get snagged on anything. Well, the biggest thing, I don't want to snag my mesh on my Osprey pack. And here we go. Born again through a tree. Hard to do when you're pulling a sled. Oh my god. Oh, okay. No more trails. Okay. Well, that'll be easier for the next people. They're gonna wonder, what the heck? Yeah, that wouldn't have been so bad if I didn't have the camera in my hand. Yeah. The mesh is okay. This, I think we can just stomp down and break. Oh shit. Okay, this is going to be the one that's going to cause trouble. Alright, I gotta put the camera down. So once my hands warm up, I mean, it was negative 17 or 14 or whatever when I started. And now it's warming up just because I'm working out and it's warming up. But now I don't need these in my hands anymore. So I have this Reflectix water bottle holder. And it's starting to build up with ice even though I have it close to my body. So I'm going to put that in there and I put the water bottle upside down. So if it does freeze, it'll freeze up there and I can still get the lid open. And then I used to have a thing around my neck that go against my body to keep it warm. But it's so uncomfortable around my neck. So now I just put it in a pocket. This military pocket. So let's get a little warmth next to me so that I can grab it quick. Lot easier in the summertime where you don't have to worry about all this stuff. I used to bring a water filter, but then I had to keep that really close to my body all the time so it wouldn't freeze. But with all the open water, that would sure be handy right now. Otherwise, I'm going to have to boil water or melt snow. I don't mind. I got a liter here, pretty close. And my other hand warmer, I have right here in my pocket next to my phone. Keep my phone warm, so I don't need that in my hands. And I have one on each toe. Keep on moving those around. Toes are still cold. This is Fullertown Lake. It's so much easier snowshoeing on the lake than going through the woods. Which I'm glad I struggled in the woods. Because then I really appreciate the easiness of the lake. Kind of like life. Those struggles help you appreciate the easier good things in life and learn from the struggles. Not following the trail, but it seems like mostly wolf and rabbit trails on the lake. Up in the woods there's some deer trail, but I think the deer maybe are hiding more in the woods and the wolves are covering ground to see if they can smell food. Haven't seen any moose signs yet. But sure is nice to be on the lake. I have to come back here and bring fishing stuff. It's absolutely quiet. Except for me. Barely any wind. No birds unless there's water. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay with my original plan. So it's going to be a lot of portages. I think I might divert, but we'll see. It's a big lake. I got some time to think. Okay, so big tree down over the trail. A couple options. It's not that far. Try to lift everything through there, bushwhack, go up to go down, or take everything out and hike it through. I think I'm going to try bushwhacking. I have to put my military jacket on so I don't rip the puffy. Went down the hill, I slung the strap around my shoulder, but part of it's on my neck. Oh, it's choking me. Just gotta make the turn. I mean, it takes a little while, but it's probably the best choice. Okay, so I'm clearing out a place for my tent. I used to use the tip of my snowshoes as a shovel, but then I broke snowshoes doing that, so now just get a good workout. Okay, so the problem with snowshoes is since I stepped in that water, they're not frozen in my feet, so I'm gonna have to work these to get them off. And luckily I was able to wiggle out of them, but this one isn't too bad, but I could have knocked that one off. This one's frozen pretty good. And the toes I didn't put on super tight, but that was pretty frozen. Once you get a fire going, it should warm up, de-ice them. Alright, got my fire going. Took a long time to get this set up, but got a beautiful sight. Alright, tonight for dinner we're going to have some Mountain House chili mac with beef. Just gotta boil the water. It's nice and warm in here. And it's pretty cold outside. Probably 10 degrees or colder. It warmed up. There's no wind, so it's not bad. But got enough wood drying here. And a little more outside. So I'm gonna enjoy. Play my trekking pole flute. Got somewhere warming up here. Winter solstice. Alright, and we're gonna have me some chili mac with beef. The stove is hot, the pipe is glowing red. It is super warm in here. Actually, I'm sweating. Gotta take some layers off here in a minute. Chili mac. Oh, it smells so good. Wolves are gonna probably want to come in here tonight. So good. All Alone, Winter Solstice, 2024, Boot Lake, last campsite north, before Ferry Lake, after Four Town Lake. Nobody in the parking lot when I left, nobody out here, just me. Shortest day of the year. Happy solstice. Stay warm. So it's morning. A lot of critters outside the tent last night. When I'm out in the wilderness, I kind of just sleep light. And as soon as I hear a noise, I just wake up and say, hey. I don't know. We'll see what tracks are out there. Maybe I was dreaming. No idea. So, the thing I love eating in the winter is Nutty Buddy bars because they don't freeze. Fire's out, so it's cold. And then I sleep with my water bottle. It's a little Reflectix homemade thing around it. And it's nice and warm. Melted snow in the corners of my tent last night to make the drinking water. And it's nice that I don't have to melt water in the morning. So now I think I'm gonna get a fire going since I put all this together. It'd be nice to get really warmed up before I go. Okay, we're melting snow in the water. Got that bowl full of snow, and then you just add a little bit of your water so it doesn't get that scorched flavor. And then try to get the whitest snow, cleanest snow you can. In my tent I got lots around the perimeter. And once that starts melting, you just Look for a good clean source. And then top it off every once in a while. There you go. And if you find something in there you don't like, then maybe try to scoop it out. This is some kind of seed. Whatever that was. It's probably good for me. Microbiome. Alright. Keep melting snow and warm up the toes. So all that heaping snow made about a half a pot. Just keep on topping it off. Then I put rocks around the stove too to once that heats up, then it'll radiate warmth for a little bit longer. Good core workout. Ooh, nice and warm. Feels so good. Alright, ready for breakfast. We got boiling water. Just make a little spot here for it. Nice to have these little mini pliers, multi-tool. And here's my breakfast. This isn't too crazy, but cranberry almond, Quaker oats. I used to do a lot of apple cinnamon, but I did so much of it on Pacific Crest Trail and Appalachian Trail, I just can't do it anymore. Mix that in. And I'm going to mix that with Swiss Miss hot chocolate with marshmallows. Of course, marshmallows. So we have chocolate, cranberry, almond, oatmeal, which doesn't sound too bad, right? Mix that in. Be kind of full. I hope this doesn't dump. And one more. I usually like Starbucks, but this is Nestle's Choice instant coffee. So caffeinated chocolate cranberry oatmeal with almonds. That'll give me a zip. Oh, that smells good. And it's getting pretty warm in here. I really stoked the fire. But it's amazing. Like right here feels like maybe 65, 75. At the peak, it's probably 100. Heats up pretty quick. But then when this fire goes out, everything cools down pretty quick. Except for the rocks I got around there. Well, keep a little bit warm. So we'll let this kind of constitute itself for about 5 minutes and cool down. It should be good. Alright, so I make this cozy here. Koozie? I'm not quite sure how you say it, but Reflectex, just homemade to fit my pot. And tastes so good. Chocolate cranberry, almond, oatmeal, caffeinated. That's so good. Alright, we're out on Fairy Lake. Left my pack sled back at camp. I was looking for this old logging camp that I was at 20 years ago, but I can't find it. There's the portage back there. Very peaceful. Just the wind in the pines. And I saw a coyote kill, I think. A couple of rabbits. Looks like the coyote dug them out. Pretty small prints. Looks like a small wolf print, so I assume it's coyote. So we're just soloing through, still looking for that old logging camp. I'm thinking it might be really close to where I camped, which would be funny, because I've gone the whole lake. It'd be funny if it was the bay by my lake, or my camp. We'll have to go back. Very peaceful. Alright, so just broke through the ice back there. Not too much, but I had to go over this log instead. You see my old tracks. Can't do that anymore. The ice is thinner. Weird. And then I was filming a wood duck or some kind of duck. Just one solo duck, I think, warning me about the thin ice. I didn't really heed the information too much, but it's shallow. It'd just be a nuisance to get my feet wet. Mudro Lake. Alright, the ice is thinner. I mean, I'm listening and feeling, even watching, when you just bounce a little bit, like I'm barely bouncing. See the water move, you know it's thin. And the sound, that feels good. There I can hear a hollow. That's not great, but this stuff is hard because the vegetation creates these air gaps, so you're having to do high knees up in that. So if you can stay in the shoreline, it's the best. Just, well, there's a crack right there. When you hear it crackling, get close to the shore. Even when I'm walking, you can see the water bounce. And we're back. Right in time for the sunset. And I guess they're still out there. Whoever's here.